perfect weather for the final day of Musikfest 2023. Of course, we are celebrating the 40th Musikfest here in Bethlehem, broadcasting live under the Hill-to-Hill Bridge at Wells Fargo Festplatz at Camp SEN. I'm John Lunger from ArtsQuest, and today on the live preview show, we are joined by my friend, my coworker, my esteemed mentor, Joanne Lee from ArtsQuest. Joanne, thank you for coming down.
Thanks for having me, John.
Yeah, no, it's my distinct pleasure to have you. I saved you for day 11 so that your brain could be real sharp.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
This is what I need on day 11.
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is your 13th festival behind the scenes.
It is.
For those that don't know what it's like to kind of work the festival behind the scenes, let us peel back the curtain a little bit. Yeah.
All right, you want all the secrets.
Yeah, all the secrets. So.
All right, so it takes our full-time staff of 73 a year or more to plan each festival.
Okay.
So we're already working on next year.
That I can
We've
vouch
been,
that. I have heard some of the conversations.
Yep.
Yes, we are well into the works for Musikfest 2024, which will be number 41.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow, you're good at math, John.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. They tell me what I have to say.
All right, and then we also have, segue into year-round part-time, we have about 78 or 79 folks that come out all year long for not just Musikfest, but all of the events we do.
Right, yeah, it's so visible during Musikfest,
Yes.
Obviously. We've got 17 stages throughout the city, but the fest wraps up and we just kick right back into gear. There's movies at the Frank Bankel Alehouse Cinemas, there's art classes at the Banana Factory, the Levitt Pavilion concert season picks back up after Musikfest. We have Oktoberfest, we go into Chris Kindlemart, and then there's an ice rink. There's so much, and there's a lot of opportunity for people that want to volunteer, but also we're always looking for paid positions as well. We're hiring year-round.
We are. We hire about nearly 200 seasonal employees every year.
Wow.
Mostly for Musikfest, but throughout the year, some of them stay on through December to help us out through Chris Kindlemart.
It's very, very cool. And like we were talking earlier, it takes a year to plan Musikfest, but to be behind the scenes and to kind of help make the things happen, it really is. I don't take it for granted. It's a privilege to see everybody roll up their sleeves and work so closely together, hand in hand with the volunteers and all of our amazing partners, and I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, we may have someone that's hired for example, maybe marketing, like John.
Okay.
Next thing you know, you're setting up tables and chairs.
That is true. I do a great job with it too, which is why they keep asking me for help. But yeah, no, it really is what needs to get done because it's a logistical, I was going to say nightmare, but it's not because they have it down.
It's well-tuned, refined. I mean, yesterday that let me, of all people, unload cases of alcohol.
And yeah, we did do a count this morning. Everything was accounted
there.
for. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your help there. But I'm dying to know, for you personally, Joanne, what are those moments of Musikfest every year that you just absolutely cherish?
Well, I love when I can see families. So it's from the babies in the strollers to the parents, to the grandparents. I love to see that. And especially when they're out on the dance floor with the different, I love that. Seeing people experience their first Musikfest is amazing.
Yeah.
And hearing the stories of those who experienced their 40th is a life lesson.
It's incredible, and I think you're 100% right. This year, I feel like more people have come up to me and saying, hey, this is my daughter's first concert, this is my son's first concert. Like, it's so cool that you can do it here in the city of Bethlehem without having to really go that far, and it's such an awesome thing to see grandparents with their grandkids on the dance floor and all of that. I love that.
It is.
I know you have to get back to work. We've got to close strong. It is the final day of Musikfest 2023. But before we do, what are you going to eat today?
Oh, I was planning on going to the, help me, the Korean
Chicken Bop.
Chicken Bop, yes.
At Guardian Zinzenplatz. Yes, Guardian Zinzenplatz
I've been hearing about it all week from you.
I gotta tell you, today when you come down for lunch, when you come down for dinner, if you're festing on the north side, you gotta check out the new vendors at Guardian Zinzenplatz. There's Nick's Barbecue. There is Akies, some of the best tacos I've ever had at Musikfest. And of course, Chicken Bop, which is Korean-inspired street food. You make bowls, you customize it the way you want. I gotta tell you, low-key, the vendors at Guardian Zinzenplatz this year, that might be like the strongest lineup of all of the free stages.
It's like a hidden secret that we're trying to get out.
It's true, and what better time to do it? It is the last day of Musikfest.
Use up your cash cards.
Yes, if you've got cash cards, use them up today. Make sure you've downloaded the Musikfest app powered by PNC, because that will get you around the last day successfully. Of course, we close with fireworks tonight at 10 p.m. Our friends at Garden State Fireworks always put on an amazing show. But I gotta let you go.
All right.
People are yelling at me from the side of the stage saying, we need Joanne. The festival starts at noon.
People.
I know you could, but we got to kick off the fest. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank all of you for tuning in. You know this is the preview show. You've been watching all week, and shout out to the gentleman I met outside of the Maren Morris backstage gate last night that was like, I watch the preview show every night, every day. It's not night, but shout out to all of you watching. Don't go anywhere. You already know Service Electric is your exclusive home for Musikfest coverage, and we have so much more coming up here on the preview show before the fest starts at noon. It's the final day. Get pumped. Don't go anywhere. Back just here in a few minutes on SEN.
Hey, can I have your island noodles?
As if.
It is the final day of Musikfest 2023, the 40th Musikfest here in beautiful, historic downtown Bethlehem. I'm John Lunger, and we are live under the bridge at Wells Fargo Festplatz, broadcasting from Camp SEN. Oh my goodness, is it not the perfect day, Allison?
It really is. Who paid for this breeze?
It could not be better. I'm joined by my good friend Allison Young from Guardian. Guardian, of course, a longtime Musikfest sponsor, and in fact, y'all support Guardian Zinzenplatz, one of the newer venues here at the festival, and some very, very cool things that you all are doing there this year.
It's awesome. You know what? Guardian's been supporting Musikfest in one way, shape, or form every year that the festival's been in existence. In 2019, we became the presenting sponsor of Zinzenplatz, so a little different vibe for us, but I believe that Platz was more focused towards children and kids' activities prior years.
Yeah, it has been one of the most transformative platzes in the festival's history. It has been many different names, many different things, and I think with your help, it's really found itself once it became Guardian Zinzenplatz, and we kind of named it in honor of Countess Benigna von Zinzendorf as a nod to how amazing she was in the early years of Bethlehem, particularly with music education and music education for women, and that's really been not a rallying cry, but it kind of gave us an identity for the Platz, and there's been amazing musical performances there, and just very, very cool vibes down the street at Guardian Zinzenplatz.
Absolutely, yeah, it really helped us kind of find the mission when we were looking at community partners, even highlighting some of the women's organizations that we have at Guardian for the employees.
Yeah, because
really cool.
One cool thing you all did this year was you offered up, as part of your sponsorship, you reached out to local nonprofits, local community organizations, to give them a time to come down to the festival and recruit new members and do various things to help with their missions. And I heard, a little blue bird told me, it's going very well.
Yeah, it's been great. We've had a different community partner represented every night of the festival. We were able to give them tent and table space at no cost to the organization at all. So been really great with helping them recruit new members. As an example, we had the Miller Keystone Blood Center. They were able to sign up 10 new folks to help donate blood, and it's a really critical time for that right now, which is awesome. So that's just one example. We also had a women's adventure group, the Lehigh Valley Women of Adventure. Last night they were here. They signed up 25 new members to participate in hiking, biking, camping, all throughout the Lehigh Valley. It's really incredible.
That is awesome. And,
Yeah.
and I know it is a point of pride for Guardian. You like to say that behind every supported community is a Guardian.
Yes.
And you've been supporting the festival, like you said, for 40 years. And, you know, it's just so cool that it's not just about, you know, putting the name of the company there and doing like promotions, but, you know, that commitment to the community, I think, speaks to the core of what makes Musikfest so special. It
Absolutely.
really is a reflection of the community, from the volunteers all the way through the sponsors, just like Guardian.
Yeah, and it's not just during the 11 days of Musikfest. You know, those community partners, we're partnering with them throughout the year. So a lot of our volunteers are also volunteering with those specific organizations to help get the word out and support them throughout the year.
That's very cool. For those that are maybe, you know, working with different organizations or want to support the organizations that y'all are working with, how can they find out more about that?
Yeah, I mean, so we're looking to do a lot of social posts in addition to a lot of the materials that were handed out throughout the week. Today, I'll do a plug. We have the Second Harvest Food Bank of the Lehigh Valley. They're going to be over at Zinsenplatz in just a few minutes, so
That's awesome.
definitely encourage folks to stop by and learn more about them. They're doing a food drive today as well, so any canned goods or packaged goods that you can bring over would definitely help support them.
That is very awesome. And of
Yeah.
course, you can learn all about Guardian. Is it Guardian.com?
Yes.
Guardian.com, obviously, you can learn all about the amazing things they're doing for all of the communities that they serve.
Absolutely.
I want to talk a little bit about something you've done with ArtsQuest, and you're actually an ArtsQuest ambassador, which
Yes.
is an amazing program we do. Can you walk us through what that experience was like? I think you were one of the very first.
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, let's take it back to late 2015, early 2016 when the ambassador program started. So yeah, I was in the first class. We got to hear from each of the separate departments and really learn a lot about what goes into not just Musikfest, but all of the free programming that ArtsQuest does throughout the year. That's anything from marketing, finance, volunteer recruiting for all the other events. You know, there's free programming almost every day of the year at ArtsQuest. So really incredible to learn more about that. And that's a free program. Highly encourage those interested to get involved.
Yeah, and we thank you for volunteering. We've been talking about it countlessly throughout the week, but it really is true. One of the most unique and things that makes Musikfest so special is the fact that it could not happen with these community volunteers. We have a dozen of them that have been doing it every single year since 1984, and so many more that have made it an extension of their family and teaching people what it's like to work at a festival, how this all comes together, and really making it all possible. And so we thank you for doing that, and
you.
I thank you for helping me with that little plug there for the ambassador program.
Yeah,
that
of
we
course,
get
of
done.
course. Come on out. It's awesome.
Before we let you go, I know you got to get back to Guardians and Zinsenplatz and help with the setup there because we start at noon.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, what's the rest of your fest look like? Are you going to eat anything? Are there any bands you're going to check out today?
Oh man, you know, I don't want to admit how many times I stopped at Flying V, but
We love them. They're great people.
Yeah, highly recommend the poutine. All Shucks is a staple, right? And like you said, we have a bunch of new food vendors at Zinsenplatz as well. So definitely want you to come check those out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I got to tell you, a good tip. You mentioned Aw Shucks. If you've got money on a cash card that you're looking to spend here before the end of the festival, they sell the seasoning. Which is awesome. I bought 2 containers of it yesterday. I love putting it on my eggs, but it is great on everything.
Nice.
You don't just have to use it on the corn, and it's just a fun way to kind of keep that Musikfest spirit alive in your own kitchen for the whole year.
All year round, yes.
Well, Allison,
Awesome.
I can't thank you enough for coming down, and please send our appreciation back to everyone at Guardian.
Awesome.
It's awesome, and we particularly love how you've extended that that invitation to all of those community partners this year. That is really, really cool.
It's been great, yeah.
We appreciate
Great
it.
experience.
And we appreciate all of you tuning in to SEN. Of course, your home for live exclusive Musikfest coverage. We got one day left of the best fest in the land this year, so make sure you do not go anywhere. Of course, we are live all day here on SEN, but if you're coming down to the fest, make sure you stop by Camp SEN and see our crew and see all of the amazing anchors that have been doing that live coverage. Get your stickers, get your fanny packs, all that good stuff. Don't go anywhere. We've got one more musical performance here on the preview show before the fest kicks off its last day at noon. absolutely picturesque picture of some fowl enjoying the festival today. Hard to believe it's the final day of Musikfest here on the shores of the Monocacy Creek under the bridge at Wells Fargo Festplatz, broadcasting live from Camp SEN. Unbelievable weather today. We're gonna go out with a bang. We've got fireworks at 10 p.m. We've got a sold-out train concert on the main stage, but we've got 16 free stages overflowing with music today on the final day of Musikfest 2023. And case in point, I'm joined by Bethlehem native, 15-year Musikfest performer alum Adam Webb. Adam, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Happy to be here.
You are playing tonight on Provident Bank Main Street, correct?
That's correct.
What time do people need to get up there to make sure they check out your set?
I would say maybe get there at 4:45 just to get your seats ready.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, but 5 to 6 on Main Street stage. It's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, get a little closer to the
sorry,
mic
yep.
here. We've got a lot of
Gotcha.
noise coming up from behind us because the
Yeah.
crowd is already filling in for this final day. We kick off, I believe Fritz's Polka Band kicks us off behind us here in a minute.
Okay.
But you're going to formally kick us off, or maybe informally, because it won't be within traditional festival hours, but you're going to do an original song for us today, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Tell us a little bit about it. I know you love to be uplifting and positive with your
Yes.
music. So what are we going to hear here?
Well, typically I tend to write from a point of feeling inspired and uplifted, and I kind of feel like I write to my future self and times when I'm not feeling so great. And anytime I write a song that maybe deals with difficult topics, there always has to be some element or some moment in that song to lift me out of those tough emotions. So that's what this song is, dealing with really tough mental emotions and finding a way to dig deep in your spirit and lift yourself out.
I love that message.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's something that we need more of in the world. So I'm going to step aside because
Okay.
I'm thrilled to hear it. What's the name of the song?
It's called Chrysalis.
Chrysalis. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Webb performing Chrysalis here on SEN.
I don't know where I'm going. Could it be flying blind? I don't know where the earth ends, but I'm searching for my mind. My soul is stuck in the middle of a mess I can't define, but I got you to settle the devil so I can keep breathing enough to keep healing my mind, just keep dreaming enough to keep feeling alive. I don't know how I got here. Could I be all alone? Who is this in the mirror? All my fears stole my home. My soul is stuck in the middle of a mess I can't define, but I got you to settle the devil so I can keep breathing enough to keep healing my mind, just keep dreaming enough to keep feeling alive. Yes, so but my soul and my heart will ignite me and spark the same fire that's burned since I first came to earth. I am whole, might be bent, but I know I can mend like a chrysalis churning. I'm meant to feel hurt while I'm learning to grow and to bloom, lose control to be new and the old me. I honor you, showed me the things that I needed to change. New beliefs can feel strange, like a song where the parts are all there rearranged, and the masterpiece is waiting for you in the mirror, Satan. I adore you, love, love. Shower my whole psyche in love and joy. My soul is stuck in the middle of a mess I can't define, but I got you left to settle the devil so I can keep breathing enough to keep healing my mind. Just keep dreaming enough to keep feeling alive.
Adam Webb, the song Chrysalis, perfectly named song, man. I love that, and I love the positivity that it brings. Reminds me, this is a compliment. It reminds me a little bit of Jason Mraz, a little bit of Jack Johnson. Yeah, really, really great uplifting tunes here to start our day. So I really appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Happy to bring that to the set.
Yeah. Now, like we said before, you can see Adam up on Provident Bank Main Street. You're going to want to get there early. Check it out in the Musikfest app powered by PNC. Get that schedule together for your last day of Fest so you don't miss a thing. Specifically, Adam's set. Before we let you go, I just gotta know, what are you eating today?
I'll probably get some more island noodles.
Okay.
Maybe some all shucks.
Yeah, so
it's
you're going.
Not the first time.
You're going
this
Fest
week.
classics, Fest
Yes,
staples.
yeah.
We've only got one more day to do it, so you might as well get that, so you don't have to wait 365 to get it again.
Right. 40th anniversary. Might as well do it that way.
I love that. I love that. Now, 15 years performing at Musikfest.
Yes.
What keeps you coming back, wanting to play the festival?
Well, it's really nice having family and friends that are still close. So usually I get to see familiar faces out wherever I'm performing. And just, I grew up going to Musikfest since I'm a little kid and still remember being on my dad's shoulders watching shows up by the library. So it's nostalgic, and I just really enjoy playing in my hometown too.
Yeah, and I love the free stages too. Main Street is such an amazing venue because the audience is literally just right on top of you.
Right.
There's no barrier between you and the audience, and so it allows for such a wonderful opportunity to connect with performer and audience and just really share a moment. And it's not like a bar show or a club show. I mean, those are awesome, right? They have their place, but like to be able to connect with generations of fans, I just think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's great to be able to tell stories and kind of origins of songs and maybe, engage a little bit more than your just kind of background music. So it's really nice being there.
I love that. Adam, outside of today's show, if people want to learn more about your music, your upcoming shows, how can they find that information out?
You can find me, my website is adamwebbmusic.com, and web is spelled with one B. So you can find it on there, and it has all my shows, music, videos, anything you might want to find out about me.
That's awesome. Yeah. I can't thank you enough for coming down, starting the fest off with us. It's just another gig in the sea of gigs, and such a positive vibe here for us on the preview show as we march toward the beginning of the last day of Musikfest 2023. I almost got a little misty there saying that. It's hard to believe, we're 11 days in. It's been so incredible, and I'm really happy that you're on the Main Street stage tonight. What an amazing addition, and nothing but love here. And we thank you for it.
My pleasure. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Speaking of love, if I can stop goofing around for just 1 minute and be sincere with y'all, I got to do a shout out. The crew here at Service Electric is absolutely incredible, and you've been watching all week here, all of the amazing live coverage that's happening here on SEN. We don't talk about it enough because they don't want to brag, but I work for Arts Quest, so I can brag. And from the bottom of our hearts and everybody watching, we just want to thank you for the coverage. It's not something that other festivals have. The fact that the festival is being directly put into homes of those that can't make it is such an amazing way to, increase accessibility to the festival, and just all of the coverage is absolutely pristine. So all of y'all at Camp SEN, everybody involved in the Service Electric production behind the scenes at Musikfest, y'all are amazing. You are part of the story that makes this festival so special, even though for some reason you let me on live television every year. I don't know why you do that. I thank you for that as well. But y'all are the best, and I'm going to stop being sappy. Adam, any closing thoughts for Musikfest this year for everybody watching on Service Electric right now?
Enjoy the last day, 40th anniversary. We have beautiful weather out here, so go out and see your favorite acts and some that you haven't seen before.
It's absolutely true. It's all about discovery. It's all about love. And thank you all for tuning in to the best fest in the land, celebrating 40 years, of course. Don't go anywhere. Your exclusive live coverage of Musikfest 2023 continues all day here on SEN. Thank you all for watching. I love you all.